Brought to you by Penguin.
Turn the Ship Around. Written and read by L. David Marquet.
Forward by Stephen R. Covey. I had the opportunity to ride the USS Santa Fe during Captain Marquet's command tour and observed firsthand the impact of his leadership approach. It had a profound impact on what I thought possible in terms of empowered and engaged workplaces. I had been training U.S. Navy officers in leadership during the dot-com era when I started hearing about something really special happening on a submarine in Hawaii. When an opportunity arose to ride the Santa Fe, I jumped at it. I embarked on Captain Marquet's submarine to see what the buzz was about. Never before had I observed such empowerment. We stood on the bridge of this multi-billion-dollar nuclear submarine in the crystal-clear waters off Lahaina, Maui, moving silently along the surface of the water. Shortly after getting underway, a young officer approached the captain and said, "Sir, I intend to take the ship down 400 feet. Captain Marquet asked about the sonar contacts and bottom depth, and then instructed this young man to give us another few minutes on the bridge before carrying out his intention. Throughout the day, people approached the captain intending to do this or to do that. The captain would sometimes ask a question or two and then say, "Very well." He reserved only the tip-of-the-iceberg type decisions for his confirmation. The great mass of the iceberg, the other 95% of the decisions, were being made without any involvement or confirmation by the captain whatsoever. Wherever I went on the submarine, the control room, the torpedo room, even the galley where they were preparing lunch, I witnessed a dispersed intensity of operations I hadn't expected. The crew was amazingly involved, and there was a constant low-level chatter of sharing information. I can't say I actually saw the captain give an order. I asked David how he achieved this turnabout. He said he wanted to empower his people as far as he possibly could within the Navy's confines, and maybe a little bit more. There was a mischievous twinkle in his eye when he told me that. He felt if he required them to own the problem and the solution to it, they would begin to view themselves as a vitally important link in the chain of command. He created a culture where those sailors had a real sense of adding value. But that answer only makes clear his objective, not what it actually takes from the top man in the organization and everyone else to accomplish this. How do you create such an organization? What does it take? The answer is in this program. What I love about this program, first of all, this is a great story, one of self-discovery, tension, and the lonely self-doubts of the leader who sets off on an unknown path. We know now that Captain Marquet's experiment on the Santa Fe was wildly successful, but at the time, neither he nor the courageous crew who embraced this new way of running an organization knew if it would work. Second, the book provides the specific mechanisms they used on the Santa Fe to achieve the transformation. We learn what they did, how the crew reacted, good or bad, and how the mechanisms matured with time. The good news is that these mechanisms are about how we interact as people and are universally applicable. You can apply them in your organization, business, school, government, and family. Third, the book presents a comprehensive paradigm shift for how we think about leadership. Captain Marquet has coined the phrase leader-leader to differentiate it from the leader-follower approach that traditional leadership models have espoused. I think that laying out this distinction in such opposing terms is a good idea. Having personally witnessed how the Santa Fe operated, I can attest that this new way is not a nuanced modification of how we are doing business now. It is fundamentally different, and that is where its power lies. Why you want to listen to this program. No matter where you are in your company's organization chart, you'll want to listen to this program. People at the top will learn how they can release the passion, intellect, and energy of those below them. They may be unwittingly behaving and taking actions that work against those goals. People on the front lines will also find ways to embrace decision-making and make it easier for bosses to let go of control. We are in the middle of one of the most profound shifts in human history, where the primary work of mankind is...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?